As usual, we'll wait a few more minutes to give a chance for people to arrive late.
Hi, Carlos. Hi, Rodrigo. We'll be starting just in a minute.
Hi, Alexander.
Hello.
Yes, and for also just a minute before we start, I want to say hi, happy New Year's, happy New Year, all the best wishes for a very positive, if possible, and successful 2026, and just be nice, be healthy.
Okay, I guess it's time. So why don't we start? So this is the SCHC interim, the first one for 2026. And this is an official IETF meeting, so the usual not well apply. Looking at the list of participants, I'm not seeing anybody really new, so I expect we can go fast on this. In principle, be aware that if you're aware of any IPR that is newly introduced in this meeting, you should announce it to the chairs and to the group, or refrain from discussing this IPR at all. With this, we can go straight to the agenda. So we have the usual news about the progress of the working group. We'll be discussing a little bit about the organization of IETF 127, 125, are we going to Shenzhen, etc. Alexander will present progress on the SCHC document, and I'll give some news about the work group last call of the SCHC protocol number draft, which is 06 now, by the way. So let's move. Oh, if you don't mind, Alex, I'd like to discuss the protocol number before we enter SCHC, because the slide of the protocol number is in this slideware. This saves from going from one slideware to the other and back. If you don't mind.
Yes, of course, no problem. Sure.
Cool, thank you. So with this progress of the document, so the big move was on the protocol number. We've moved from 4 to 6 based on the reviews by Marco, myself. There was also a review by Carles and discussion about the CSDS protocol number as well. So great progress on the protocol number, progress on the work group last call. We'll have a slide on that. A month ago, a little bit more, Marco has published progress on the 8824 update. Apart from this, we are stable, at least since the previous interim meeting. Anybody wants to say something about the draft? Alex? Continue.
Marco, please. Yes, I wanted to say yes.
Yeah.
Marco, please.
Hi, this is Marco. On 8824 update, yes, we have a new version since December 1st. I followed up with the mail on the list, just summarizing that we had 2 actions left since Montreal, and they are covered in that new version. And in that mail, I was asking the chairs if we can continue with working group last call, because I think those 2 actions were the only thing stopping that. The authors at least believe the document is ready, especially now. And I was also suggesting when that happens to chair CC the core working group for information, considering the topic of this document. So yeah, we think it's ready for that.
Okay, personally, I don't have an objection with starting a work group last call. Alexander, what do you think?
No, yes, well, it's good. So thank you, Marco, and the authors. Thank you for working on the document and taking it to here. And yes, so I'm going to write an action to start working group last call, and we'll also need to find a shepherd for the document. I don't recall if. Okay, yes.
So I was waiting for you, to ask that question. So yes, Marco, do you have a suggestion for a shepherd? Would you see somebody? Or
Not out of my head, that is not a co-author already or a working group chair. So no suggestions.
have in mind our chairs as well. I was thinking about Carles or somebody like this, but yeah. So,
if I can, the good thing of Carles is that he's an author of 8824, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so I don't know. I mean, we have to find a good idea here. Suggestions appreciated.
Thanks. I just left in the chat the link to that exact mail just to prevent you from digging into the mailing list. That's the mail I was talking about.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. I see you. Thank you, Marco. Was not on the chat on the screen. I was on another chat, so I could not see it, but now I see it. Thank you, Marco. I look at it. So anything else about the progress of the drafts? Do we move on?
I have on some other of the drafts, but if you're talking about this draft, this particular draft?
No, other drafts. I had in mind, go ahead then,
yes,
Alex.
I wanted just to go, a little bit on the different documents. So yes, so thank you for this one. And yes, we should start working with last call. So there is the ICM PV6 document that is now expired. So Marco is shepherd of the draft. Thank you very much, Marco, for shepherding it. Actually, I didn't recall, but we need to start working basically we need to start a working group last call. So if I recall correctly, Laurent said that it's basically done, the document. So today it is expired. So I probably I need to get back to Laurent and the other authors. I think it was Dominique. I don't remember if there was anyone else, to resubmit another draft, another version, and then start working with last call on this one, so that Marco can do his work as a shepherd. So that was on this point. Yes, on the other one, I'm not sure how we stand on the networks prone to disruptions. So you need to see this one. And yes, SCHC over PPP. Pascal, you were waiting to resubmit. You were waiting for the architectural draft, if I recall correctly.
Yes, I mean, basically, we'll have to align the PPP to the architecture, and for that, we need the architecture to tell us exactly how things are structured, because there is a proposal in SCHC over PPP to use a PPP code to indicate the SCHC session. Now, if it's not exactly the way it's done, etc., I'd like to. I mean, the document is complete the way it is. It's just that probably it needs to be realigned to the architecture once the architecture has progressed. So for now, document just stays the same, and when the architecture changes something, then PPP will align, and then we'll move forward with it. For now, it's just on hold.
Okay, so there's actually, yes, advancing on the architecture. So during the last IETF, we had this like the minimum architecture, this document from Marion and Quentin that do an excellent like feedback for the main architecture document. So Marion and Quentin, they're not here. I think it's not the right time slot for today, but I'm pretty sure they'll be there next time. So how should we advance with this whole work, Pascal? For you, should we try to move that? I mean, do we do the work here? Do we try to make something like a Tiger team or design team? I'm not sure who would be willing to contribute, and if there is a way, like so Eric is not here as well, but probably next time we should put that on the agenda to see the way forward with this.
Yes, we don't have enough people on this call to make any decision. But I guess we need a Tiger team, because we are looking here. So
yes, okay. Okay, so, and yes, I think, yeah, basically there's no other slide on this one. Yes, so that's all from me on the state of the drafts. So I think we're getting to pushing a lot of the drafts into working group last call here. So that's good. Yes, and it's interesting and important for you to say, like, is there anyone here in the room that is planning to go independently of like, that has already decided that they will go to Shenzhen for IETF 125? Wow, I see a forest of hands. So for Karsten, I almost we can deduct, because T2TRG was is not going to meet there, but I suppose most people are not going to go from here, right? I mean, right? Okay. Yes, Karsten, she's not going yet. So Marco is taking it online. Yeah. So probably I'm considering either going if there is enough online. Okay. So probably we're just going to take an email, send an email to the working group and see if anyone is actually going, and if not, yeah. we'll see how we organize with this. So yes, thank you with this input. So on the participation, yes. So with this, it's from me and Pascal. Maybe you can give us an update on the protocol numbers.
Yes. So there was some good activity on that draft, at least, and since we started the workgroup last call, so I'm very happy to report that Carles, Marco, myself actually produced reviews. There was also a request for a code point for CCSDS, that space, from a registry called, it's not Sana, I think, space Ana, like Yana. And there is what they call the IP extension, and from there we'll have a code point for SCHC. So Marc Blanchet has produced the text that is now added to the document. I believe we cannot complete the workgroup last call if we don't get a few more reviews. Sadly, the people from whom I hoped I would be able to request reviews are not there, but the prime stands. We need Quentin, Marion, Laurent, the usual suspects, the most active people in the group, to produce some review of the document. It's not thick, but we need more reviews to be able to safely complete the workgroup last call. Last but not least, I'm still not very happy with the way UDP port number is treated. I think we lack explanation on why it's needed, how it's used, exactly what happens in the stack, or when there are multiple sessions ending in the same node, how do we identify all the sessions, how the port is used, what it's for. For instance, is there an interaction note with the document by Carles, where I thought it was something like multi-point to multi-point without any session started to be able to compress the base protocol for ND, etc. Is it why this port number is needed, or is it not? We need more explanation on exactly how this works for us. I don't believe that the layer 4 people, transport people, will just grant this port without more text and sufficient proof that it's really needed. So that's basically my comment I've left after the changes.
Okay. Yes. So just one question here, Pascal. Thank you very much, and yes, thanks everyone that has reviewed the document, and I'll do a review, but I suppose that next time we can request some more reviews on this one. So on the UDP port number, do you like? It's a good point that you put it here, that it needs some more attention in the reviews. So yeah, I'll try to look at this more closely. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexander. So with this, we'll remove the slides, and if you want to push the Chiclet, we'll move to the Chiclet discussion.
Yes. So yeah, today's meeting is going to be like short, but the important part is to get the things started once again. And yes, it's the new version of the Chiclet document. And here the new thing basically is that Marion and Quentin are also collaborating, are working on the document as well. And so just a short, okay, I'm going to turn on the camera this way. You, I mean, I put the good camera and everything, so you can see me. So just a short refresher. So like something like an unbundling SCHC. It's not the proper word about this, but just to fix the ideas in the mind. It's like if you see SCHC, the full SCHC framework, like a Swiss Army knife, that can do a lot of things and everything. Sometimes you just need like a a screwdriver, and in that case, well, having the whole thing can be an impediment to actually adopting the SCHC framework. And so the point, actually, that the thing that bootstrapped the whole discussion was the use from DIA-TSP, where Sandra and the team, they needed part, like a very well-defined part of SCHC. It's like a pure SCHC, but a part of it. And so this is where it comes from. And basically what this document tries to define in a formal way is to define this notion of SCHClet. So inspired by chiplet design, in integrated circuits, and basically something that encapsulates a specific SCHC functionality, which is self-contained. And so the SCHClet characteristics is it implements a specific SCHC operation and can operate with fixed parameters, or can be configurable, of course. And the important point is that it needs to be fully interoperable with a full SCHC implementation. So an implementation of SCHC that with this configuration, they will be operating. So actually, it gives us a way to have this formal definition of a SCHClet, and basically SCHClet is fully defined by its configuration, right? So the document is pretty straightforward. There was a review already. Like we met with many people in Montreal, and there were actually very positive feedback from several industrial participants, and one of course, we had a review on the mailing list that was also quite positive by Quentin. And right now, basically, we would like to to move on with the document. It is pretty. It's not like a huge document. It's pretty straightforward, and basically, like most of the blah blah is already there. So probably we can put some more examples. We could add, if we feel about it, like something like a Yang definition of a SCHClet configuration, if that's necessary. But basically, I think that we are all the main ideas are there, and so the point here is, what do you think about it, and would it be considered for working group adoption? Would the working group like to work on this document? And I think that the way I see it, we can ship it pretty rapidly if we remain at the level of details as it is today. So, and I mean, there are a couple of examples here that says, okay, well, how do you define like it's a SCHC, it's a standard SCHC configuration that defines the SCHClet, and so this is that's from the draft, like this is the code that implements the SCHClet itself, right? So this code here, which is like just a pass-through compression, so this code actually corresponds to this SCHC configuration, and basically that's a SCHClet. So basically that's it for me. I just wanted to say that, okay, we submitted the V2. We'll be working a little bit more, but I think we are ready for. I would like to hear also what do you think, Pascal, about this one, and the other members of the working group, if there is something to explore here in as a working group item.
Well, the way I see it, we don't necessarily need the young models, etc., to be in there to adopt. That's for sure. I'd like to see if we feel that Quentin and or Marion are going to join, then I would like to see that happen before we adopt, so we have enough authors which are
they are already,
and
Yeah,
Oh, they're already. I
yeah,
was
they
not
are
sure of
already.
that.
Yeah, and so they. I mean,
So
we
you
discussed
have
even.
published with Marion and Quentin. So, I'm sorry, I forgot. I forgot.
Yeah, it was yesterday that we submitted it, but we were talking with them around the Christmas holidays and all that, so it was a little bit, like
Okay.
a low period. But I said, okay, well, because they applied the changes from Quentin's review, and yeah, they're very interested in the document.
Okay, so basically, if we have their support, I'll be happy to call or group for adoption and then see how the mailing list responds to the idea. Personally, I'm positive, obviously. So let's see. Let me push that on the mailing list and see if the work group is happy to adopt. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so and with this, of course, we'll be very, very happy to have additional eyeballs and additional ideas if they, if you are interested in the document. We're pretty interested in in collaborating in this. But it seems really a very straightforward document. So with this, we are at the end of the agenda for our meeting, for our first interim meeting of the year.
Yes, best wishes to everybody for this new year, and I hope we have more people at the next interim. We are very few today. So.
Yes.
See you next time. So we
See
have
you.
to do. Basically,
Yes.
I will have to. I will post for the adoption of the chiclet, and maybe you can post, Alex, for the group last call of 8824 update.
Yes, I will do that, and yeah, if you can contact. I'm not sure for the ICMTV6 compression document, the authors, just to resubmit the document, and then I can start the working group last call for that.
Okay, so
Okay.
last two working group last calls to be started. Hey, you're doing fun. Okay, guys,
Okay.
take care. Have
Thank
a
you.
good year.
You too, Pascal.
Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.